In this video, we are going to set up an employee in Collsoft. I click on the employee icon and click on Add New. In this screen, the personal screen, I enter the employee's surname. I can also add an address, telephone number, email for payslips and an email password. I go to the revenue page and I enter the employee's PPS number. I can enter the start date if it's not of the 1st of January, and this is where I would enter details from a P45. I come over and it defaults to cumulative, but I have the option of setting up on a week 1 or emergency. I enter the weekly tax credits of 63.46 and enter the cut-off, the weekly amount of 650, and you can see below there it gives a monthly comparison and an annual comparison. And this employee will be on a cumulative basis. I then go to the pay field. If I was paying this employee by a gross weekly wage, I would enter the amount in there. But in this particular case, I'm going to pay €10 per hour. So I put €10, 15 in the time and a half field, 20 in the overtime by double field, nothing in the time in the third field, €10 in the holiday pay, and €10 for bank holiday. The employee is paid weekly, so it defaults at weekly. I will leave it at that. And if I was paying this employee directly through the bank, I would click on credit transfer and enter the bank details then. So at this stage I have set up the employee with their rate of pay, their tax basis and a PPS number. If I want to add any additions or deductions, I will go in here. By adding an addition or deduction, this means it will be permanently set up in the employee's file and will automatically come off each week. So for example, if this employee elects to pay €4 per week union dues, I will enter 4 in there and that will automatically come up when I process the wages each week. If, for example, I have agreed to pay them a taxable amount of travel expenses of €50 per week as standard, if I enter 50 in there, that will come up automatically as an addition to the gross pay each week. The other two options I want to look at here is a benefit in kind. If it was a case that the company was paying health insurance, I would put the weekly amount of the BIK in here. So in this particular week, I'm going to put in 45, and that will come up every week as a BIK addition. And finally, I will look at pensions, and I have the option here for the employee or the employer to make a contribution. My option is to have a percentage of the pay or a fixed amount. In this case, I'm going to have a fixed amount of €15 per week. And I click on Save. And that is my employee Anne Jones setup.